see my PPT? Please comment.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll start. So, Feru, technical, your attendance will not be recorded. So, in last class, we studied the basic architecture of the i05 microprocessor, how the data is instructed, can be instructed from the data bus, and it is fed into the register instructor, and it is going to be decoded by using the different register, and it is going to be use different register to store the your instruction, and the calculated result has to be again forwarded by through the this one data bus, and again it should be given back to the output unit, that is the in form of LCD or in form of any output devices. So these are the basic architecture and different types of architecture, different types of pin, different types of data bus, different types of address bus, different types of interrupt program, different types of serial program, all those things we have studied that one. So my voice is not here. Hello. Now audible. Hello. So for this one, we have studied that we're going to give the instruction. So we have studied that we can this one microprocessor only know the inform of the ones and zero. So it is very much difficult to understand whatever the instruction. Suppose add, that is going to be, suppose if I try to represent the command of add as 100001, something like that. So in this way, different type of instruction will be there. So it is not possible. It is not possible to understand this one. So we use the one types of mnemonics called as the assembly language, so that it is very much easy to this one give the instruction. This one we don't need to by heart the tech code also. We need to only remember the mnemonic. Understanding the binary bits and understanding the mnemonics, understanding the mnemonic will be very much easy. So we use in the assembly language programming, we use the some types of mnemonics. So we see that this one assembly language is completely machine dependent. Machine dependent means suppose I have this one. Intel has suppose one of the company called Intel has suppose a this one i05 microprocessor and build of a assembler to whatever the instruction to perform, because the assembly language assembler is nothing but whatever your binary input is going to be converted into some readable format, one form to another. That is the function of the assembler. So if I have one assembler with me and another, if give some instruction that in one assembler, that instruction will not be understand into the another assembler. Suppose one AMD company uses another this one microprocessor, the same instruction will not be understood by the another assembler. So this is machine dependent. So we have this one. Suppose if I have Motorola 8-bit microprocessor, it is one of the example of the Motorola 8-bit microprocessor 6800. This is one type of 8-bit microprocessor. And if I have an instruction that can perform in this microprocessor 6800, that same instruction it will not be understood in the i05. So it is the machine dependent. So what is the program written in the i05 can be executed on the 8088. So vice versa. Whatever the instruction that perform on the 8088 will not be understood by the 8085, and so on. Whatever instruction that is performed with the 8085 will not be understood by the vice versa. So this is the thing. So it is a machine dependent. So assembly the program, how to assembly the this one, what to assembly the program. So the assembly language get transmitted into the machine language. So in two ways, there can be a hand assembly, that is the programmer will translate the is assembly language instruction in the particular hexadecimal code or the machine code. Then the hexadecimal is going to be entered in the memory. That is called the hand assembler. That is the task of the programmer. Whatever instruction, suppose add a instruction is going to be converted to the hexadecimal form or the binary form, and the binary form is going to be instructed to the assembler so that the assembler will understand that language. That is called the hand assembly. So hexadecimal code in form of the it will be entered in the memory. So another possibility that I can use a assembler. The assembler task is very much easy. I don't need to remember whatever the instruction is called. Only the assembler task is whatever the instruction. Whatever the instruction that is understood by this assembler, we need to know. Suppose if I have an assembler that is manufactured by the Intel will give all the instruction, whatever instruction, add command, subtract command, all those command, increment command, decrement command, all those command will have its mnemonic, corresponding mnemonics. Suppose add का दिया है, subtraction भी दिया होगा, सब का दिया होगा, उसका corresponding mnemonics दिया होगा. So we don't need to, the task of the programmer is not need to remember all those things, but if I have an assembler, I need to remember only the mnemonics. So the mnemonics will be just a minute. Hello? Now audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay, sorry for disturbance. Some important call has come from the department side, so sorry for that. Okay, so the basic difference between the hand assembly and the assembler is hand. If I have a hand assembler, that is the we don't have any mnemonics. We don't have any mnemonics. The this one, all the instruction. Suppose if I want to perform some instruction of the add command, then I need to make this one in the terms of the hexadecimal code 10101 something like that will be understandable by the this one that particular microprocessor. But if I have used some assembler, that means that suppose the Intel made one assembler. That means the corresponding will get by the corresponding mnemonics will be. Mnemonics is nothing but a shorter form of suppose add A or add B, something like that, or subtract A B, something like that. So we don't need to remember the corresponding hexadecimal code. I need to remember the mnemonics only. So if I have a hand assembler, I need to remember the hexadecimal code. So remembering the hexadecimal code. Suppose if I say that 4C is 4A is the increment operator, I need to remember 4C. So remembering the 4C or remembering the INR, INTR or something like that, it is very much easy. Remember, mnemonics will be very much easy as compared to the remembering the hexadecimal code. So we need the assembler. So assembler task is very much easy because we don't need to remember the hexadecimal code. So in the hand assembly, we need to remember the hexadecimal code. But in terms of in the assembler, we don't need that remembering all those things. We need to only know his mnemonics of the add command. Okay, so the assembler will translate that particular add command into the corresponding binary code. That is not the burden of the headache of the programmer, but the burden of the programmer will be there if I use the hand assembly, because I need to remember the hexadecimal code. That is the difference between the assembler and hand assembly. So how you going to write and execute this one assembly language programming? So we already see that a program is nothing but a set of instructions that is written in a sequential manner. In the C programming also, whatever the instruction you have made, print F, A plus B, print C, all those things, it's going to be executed in terms of some sequential format. Pass one after the another. So in same way, in the assembly language also, it's nothing but a set of instructions. A set of instructions written in a specific sequence to complete what particular task. Suppose if I want to find a Fibonacci series, I need to write some instruction in such a way that after performing all those instructions, the result will be getting a number of Fibonacci series or this one, any type of series or any type of addition or subtraction, any types of tasks. So to write and execute an assembly language on a single board, we need input devices and some output devices. Input devices can be in terms of a keyboard, or any output devices can be in terms of a monitor, in terms of a LED screen, all those things. So first instruction is nothing but we need to write the instruction in mnemonics. Why we need to write the instruction? Because suppose in the i085 microprocessor, I have already said that we have to the power 16 to 56 in different combination. Out of that, we use only the 246 combination. But out of this one, we have only the 74 instruction is there. 74 instruction is there. So we have different types of, for that different types of instruction, we have different types of corresponding mnemonics. So we need to see, or we need to root the 74 instruction. Intel has already there for the 74 instruction. So corresponding that add corresponding mnemonics, we need to, for addition, we need to corresponding mnemonics, we need to just take that particular mnemonics, then instruction is going to be supplied by the that is going to be already supplied by the manufacturer, and that find the hexadecimal machine code of this instruction by searching to the set of instructions. Suppose if I have that corresponding machine code is already there in your manual that will be provided by your manufacturer, a corresponding hexadecimal machine code is going to be loaded in your program by using the keyboard. Then we're going to execute that program. It's just like taking the input in form of a hexadecimal code, but that corresponding hexadecimal code is mnemonics will be there. Suppose mnemonics there were 8A means 8 whatever the this one whatever the A में जो दिया है उसको add करो, accumulator में add करो. We going to see the this one instruction. So corresponding क्या है? Corresponding 8A का corresponding hexadecimal code I need to enter that one. That is going to be loaded in the memory. Then the microprocessor or the this one limited logic inside the microprocessor will execute that program, and the corresponding output result is going to be displayed in the LED. And this procedure is either can be a manual one or it can be assembly language one. Okay. So this is the way of writing and executing an assembly language programming. So in your microprocessor course, there is no practical related to the assembly language programming. How to execute a program by using we can execute your assembly language programming. Suppose to addition of two number, subtraction of two number, to find the Fibonacci series, all those things. Whatever the this one programming can be executed by using this one. We have the simulator called the I-05 simulator, but you don't have in this semester you don't have the practical session. But I will teach after completion this one how to execute them. But you need to know the this one assembly language programming. You need to know that one. And this again in the next semester or in the third year, I guess in the third year, that one you're going to study the this one computer architecture. In that one, in the practical session, you again study the microprocessor and the computer organization. This one practical. Same is going to be again here in the this one. But if you know how to execute your program, then you will find very much easy in the that particular course, the computer architecture and this one in that practical session. So you're going to know that one. I will teach, but there is no a practical session, but I will teach that one. But how to use a simulator? We can use a simulator or hand-built assembler is there, but in the department also we don't have the hand-on this one. Might be in the electronics device, might be they are having, but we can use one simulator to simulate that one. We have different types of simulator to execute the I-05 instruction assembly language program. So we're going to see that one. So for this one, we know that for assembly language programming, we're going to give some instruction. So what are the various type of instruction we have is there? We need to study. Then this is your today lecture. Introduction to the I-05 instruction. There will be different types of instruction. So we can divide the instruction in some group, and we're going to study that instruction. So what says you have done? So we can have an example assembly programming. Yeah, you're going to study, not an example. You're going to know. You have to know. Suppose if I say that add 3 number or add 2 number, you need to know this one, how to perform that instruction. Different types of instruction will be there. So before that one, assembly language programming, we need to know that one. But first of all, we need to understand the instruction. So if I don't know the instruction, then I will not able to know the assembly language program. That will be we going to study that one. So what is by mnemonics? Mnemonics means I already told that Suppose if I want to remember the binary number or hexadecimal code, it is very much difficult to by heart the hexadecimal code. But if I try to remember the mnemonic, the hexadecimal code in some formation of the word, so it will be very much easy. So mnemonics, suppose I want the 4C. Suppose 4C is the hexadecimal code of the egg. So if I try to remember the addition, suppose addition के लिए एक hexadecimal code है कि 4C. So if I have a mnemonics of addition as 8, so remembering the 8 is very much easy as compared to remembering the 4C. So we're going to have the mnemonics. So this is the beauty of the mnemonics. So we use the mnemonics. So we don't use the hexadecimal code. Sir, class चल रहा है. Hello. So understand the mnemonics now? Able to see the this one PPT? Just comment below. No. We'll share now. Now? Okay. So we need some instruction. By using this instruction, we are going to perform the assembly language programming. So first of all, we need to know what are the various type of instruction is there. By using that instruction, we are going to perform the this one assembly language programming. So I05 instruction we're going to so I have already told that we have this 2 to the power 8 combination of instruction, to the different combination, 2 to 56 combination. But out of this 256 instruction, we use only the 246 in the I05 microprocessor. And by using this 246 combination, I have the 74 instruction. So only the 74 instruction can be performed by the I05 combination. And by using the I04 instruction and corresponding different combination, we can use different types of combination, different types of instruction. एक ही instruction 74 एक instruction है, उसका corresponding combination बहुत सारा होगा, उससे हम लोग बहुत सारा तो instruction perform कर पाएगा. So basically we have the 74 instruction. So most of the instruction have more than one format because one instruction के लिए बहुत सारा combination हो सकता है. So that will most of the instruction might have more than one format. So we can group by instruction in this 5 types. One is the data transfer operation, arithmetic operation, logic operation, branch operation, machine control operation. So first of all, we're going to study the data transfer operation. So before this one, for data transfer operation, it is basically used for the transferring from data from one register to another register, one register to the memory location, more memory to register, all those things is the data transfer operation. And again, the arithmetic operation, it is used for the different types of arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, all those things. Logical operation means I can perform the AND operator this one OR operator, non-operation, all those things. Branch operator means if I want to jump from one location to another location, is used by the branch operation. And machine control operation, suppose if I want to hold my program for some seconds, then I can use some machine control operation to hold for some second. Then after that, I can start my operation. So these are basically 5 types of instruction. So instruction and data format. So each instruction has two parts. First is the task or operation to be performed. That's called the opcode. So by using the opcode, seeing the opcode operation code, I can perform the operation. The first part is nothing but a task. So this is called the opcode. Then the second part of the data can be operated on is called the operand. We're going to study this one later. One example. So here, one opcode is there. Opcode means suppose in this one, opcode is here. Move A. Suppose move A is nothing but this one, my operand, and here opcode is nothing but move in this way. So this is called the one. We have two parts: opcode and operand. Opcode means the task of your program, task of your operation. That is, operation can be addition, multiplication, moving, loading, storing. That is the opcode. Then the operand is the second part is the data to be performed. Whatever, suppose A plus B, A plus 5. That is called the A plus 5 is nothing but this is called the operand. So we have data transfer operation. Data transfer operation is nothing but a copy operation. Copy operation means the copying from one register from one location to another location, from a memory location to another register location, for register to register, memory to memory. That is the copy operation. It's nothing but a copy. Copy the data from one location to another location or from source to destination. So we have this type of instruction: move command, move immediate command. MBI means move immediate. LDA is load the whatever instruction at the accumulator. LDA means load. LD means load. A means accumulator. Accumulator is nothing but a special type of register inside the microprocessor. We have already seen this one in the architecture. So it is nothing but STA means it is also store the whatever the data in the accumulator. STA means store the whatever the data in the accumulator. And again, STA means load the whatever the instruction, whatever data at the accumulator in this way. So they transfer the data between the register A to A, B to A. I can transfer to or B to D, or from register to memory location, from memory location to another register, for input devices to the accumulator. All those things. We have different types of between the different register. I can transfer from memory location to register, memory location to register. All those things I can transfer. So next instruction is LXI instruction. So if I want to perform the 8-bit data, then I need to use the register pair. Why I need to use the register pair? Because my I0 file can only perform the 8-bit operation. But I already said that if I want to execute the 8-bit data, then I need to use the register pair. So we have different types of register: BC, XL, and this one. This one. Different types of pair is there. So BC pair I can use, XL pair I can use. We can use this one. So here, how you going to, by looking this instruction, just look this instruction, LXI. So if I have this one, X here is nothing but extended, and this is nothing but I means immediate. So if I have any instruction with this X in my instruction, that means I am going to use 8-bit address. So if I going to use the 8-bit address, I can use the register pair. So if I say that this instruction LXI RP means register pair, and again the address of the 16-bit address. This is the 16-bit address in terms of the hexadecimal code. So I don't need to look here LXI B. LXI B. B means it is a pair of the BC. If I write here L or this one ICE, then it is nothing but SL pair. So we don't need to write the BC here. If I write the B here, automatically the microprocessor will understand that the instruction is nothing but a BC pair. So we don't need to write the C here. Only if I write the B here, the microprocessor will understand that it is a register pair. B means BC. So it is nothing but we're going to load this hexadecimal thing in the BC pair. So how are we going to load this? Suppose if I have a 4000IS, how are you going to do it? Because I have two registers B and C. तो B and C में लोड करना है 4000IS कैसे लोड करेगा? So the upper digit that is the 40, and the lower digit is the nothing but the 00. So 40 and 00, I need to have this one. So if I have this instruction 4000, that means this is called the higher order. Higher order is nothing but 40. The 40 is going to be stored in the B, and again the lower order, this one is going to be installed at the C. So the 40 will be stored in this one, 40 will be stored in the B, and the remaining 00 will be stored in the C. So we can use the BC pair of this hexadecimal 16-bit number for storing this one, for loading this one, for loading this LXI, this number, I can use the BC pair, but for the higher order, that is 40 will be stored in the B, and the lower order 00 will be stored in the C. Okay. So our code is only zeros and one. No, our code is not zeros and one. Our code is this one, LXI. This is our code. LXI is our code, and this one 400 is nothing but this is the operand. So this is going to be this corresponding उसका mnemonics है. LXI का भी एक mnemonics होगा in form of a hexadecimal, only the microprocessor, but in my instruction अब लोग समझ में नहीं आ रहे. सपोज LXI का भी एक mnemonics होगा. सपोज 4D करके एक होगा. 4D nothing, it is nothing but in form of a hexa binary number exact नहीं लिखता हूँ. 4 यानी 400 होगा, तो D यानी उसका corresponding होगा. ऐसा वाला एक number system होगा. So microprocessor will understand only this one in terms of a 0 and 1, but the manufacturer, this assembler, after Intel ने दिया हुआ है i05, मैंने suppose LXI करके मैंने एक simulator में डाला, तो I don't need to remember this one, this binary stream. उसका corresponding hexadecimal मेरे को डालना पड़ेगा, और किसी में hexadecimal कोड भी नहीं डालना पड़ेगा. आपके पास ऑप्शन है कि आपका सिमुलेटर कौन सा ले रहा है. ये ऑपकोड ले रहा है क्या, हेक्साडेसिमल कोड ले रहा है क्या, ये बाइनरी है ले रहा है. Suppose if I using a hand assembly as a hand assembler, then I need to insert in terms of a zeros and one all those instruction. ऐड का हो रहा है वो सबका ये वाला इंस्ट्रक्शन लेना पड़ेगा. But if I using a simulator, then I can insert, I can give instruction in terms of the opcode. This is opcode or this one corresponding mnemonics. Corresponding mnemonics is opcode, and again the 40 hexadecimal में ले सकता है और LXI में. अब अगर मैक्सिमम सिमुलेटर में हम लोग LXI ही डाल सकेगा, डायरेक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन डाल सक पाएगा LXI. So this is the meaning of this one. LXI means load the instruction in the register pair. LXI load करो, load the instruction in the register pair. LXI means वही तो सिखा रहा हूँ. LXI means I'm going to load this one in the register pair. BC pair में लोड करो. ये वाला data 40 will be stored in B, 00 will be stored in C. It is a simple one. I am going to load this data in the B. B means BC pair, because LXI का क्या है, syntax क्या है, LXI register pair 16 bit of address, 400000 I say. So first higher order will be assigned to B, and next lower order 00 will be assigned to C. Okay, understand? Baharu Laskar, understand? Simple one. But you need to know that without knowing this one, the instruction will be in terms of 10-15 code. ऐसा वाला इंस्ट्रक्शन होगा आपका. सपोज फिबोनाची सीरीज निकालना है, मल्टीप्लिकेशन निकालना है, बहुत सारा मिनिमम 6-7 लाइंस तो होगा. तो ये भी समझ में नहीं आने से वो प्रॉब्लम होगा, इसलिए इंस्ट्रक्शन पहले सिखा रहा हूं. So I can use, next is the memory register. Here from this one, the most of the instructions that can be used memory location in place of a register. Suppose whatever the move means from this B. Here if I have this, इधर में I extended नहीं है, तो B यानी only B register, BC pair नहीं होगा. In case of the LXI, this B indicates the BC pair. But in case of the, if I, in this example, move MB, this B is nothing, one single register B, not a pair one. Okay? So from this B register, whatever the content of B is going to be copied to the memory location M. Whatever memory location is given. M means memory location. So memory location क्या होगा, किसी वो assign करेगा, पहले memory location कोई भी assign करेगा. Suppose मैंने memory location M जो है, ये वाला memory location assign किया 100 assign किया 1000 assign किया. So whatever the content of B is going to be stored in this memory location. This is nothing of the move operator. Okay. So with memory location. So if I say the memory with memory location, so we can have the memory location is defined by the content of the ICS pair. So this one 16-bit contain the SL pair and treated as the 16-bit and used to identify. कहाँ में करेगा ये वाला. तो मैंने अभी बोला कि मेमोरी लोकेशन, सपोज मेमोरी लोकेशन इधर में 16-bit एड्रेस हेक्साडेसिमल, सो इधर में स्टोर किया. दैट मींस दिस इज द हायर ऑर्डर बिट and this is the lower order bit. So first 10 will be stored in whatever the memory come into picture, ICL pair will become into picture. Okay. And again, this 00 will be stored in the L. Okay. So whatever the memory come into the picture, the memory will be stored in the SLPR, because I am going to use the hexadecimal, this one 16-bit. So first 20 first first 2 will be stored in the ICE, and second remaining 2 will be stored in the L register. So using other PSPR, there is also an instruction for moving the data from memory to the accumulator without disturbing the content of the SLPR. So here, so LDAX, that is nothing but load at the accumulator. A means LD means load, लोडिंग वाला लोड करना है मेरे को, LOAD. LD का मीनिंग लोड, A means load whatever content in the register pair, whatever content in the register pair into the accumulator. A में लोड करो, load at A. इसका मीनिंग है LDX RP means load the whatever the content in the register pair into the accumulator. That's the meaning of this one. Load LDAX register pair का मीनिंग क्या है? Load the whatever the content of the register pair into the accumulator. Accumulator में load करो, इसलिए A comes into the picture. And X क्यों आया? Because register pair आने से X आता है. So that is nothing but copy the IP content of the memory identified by the ISL pair into the ground. So this instruction uses the BC DE pair and does not accept the ISL pair. So this instruction ISL, if I write it DAX B, so whatever the content of BC, this with the BC register will be stored in the accumulator. I can write in this one also. At LDX D, then that is whatever the register pair of D and E will be stored in the accumulator. So whether I can write this one LDAX ICE, please comment in the comment section. Can I write LDAX ICE? No. Why? That this one already I have also taught. Why? It does not support the SLPR. This is already inbuilt by the company, but SLPR कहाँ में accept करेगा? Only in the memory one. If I want to use the memory location, move MB or move M ICE, suppose. So whatever that one memory location में SLPR come into the picture. Okay. So memory location में ही आएगा. If I have a memory location में ही this SLPR come into the picture. ठीक है? So it does not have this one. Okay, correct. So we have this one indirect addressing mode. This one using the data in the memory directly without loading the fast into the microprocessor is called the indirect memory. So without loading the data into the memory, using data in memory directly without is called the indirect addressing. We going to, without loading the data directly into the memory, we can use this one, and this type of is called the indirect addressing. You can have one example also. So indirect addressing uses data in a register pair as a system bit address to identify the memory location. So ISL pair So if I have a ICL register pair, it is already used in conjunction with the memory register M. So if ICL pair is there, only in the memory location M में ही use करेगा. If there is a BC or DE register, only the accumulator into the come into the picture. Yeah. So we have the different arithmetic operation. Arithmetic में क्या है? Add operation or LDI. So one is the add command. This one add code, and another is the add. I means immediate. I means immediate one. It is only 8-bit number contents of the register, content of memory location. So I आने से memory location आएगा, add आने से memory location नहीं आएगा. ठीक है? So it can be added to the content of the accumulator and it will be storing. If I see that one example, add, बहुत सारा एग्जाम्पल आने वाला है उसका आप सपोज a plus 5, suppose b plus 5 will be 11. Suppose b by whatever content of register में तो 10 दिया है तो 10 plus 5 और 15 आएगा. So whatever this content is going to be stored in the accumulator. Whatever this content of this result will be stored in the accumulator. It लिखने से अपने वो accumulator come into the picture. So here it can be added to the contents of the accumulator, and the result can be stored as a or add a. A plus by होने से accumulator में कौन सा पहले accumulator suppose some number has been already stored in the accumulator 5 again. So accumulator में जो है लिखा है वो इसके 5 के साथ प्लस करेगा और result has to be stored at the again accumulator. This is nothing but A is nothing but A plus 5. Or in this case A is nothing but accumulator. A means accumulator में last में store होगा B plus 5. ये हो सकता है कोई बोला. ठीक है? So in this way, same we can use for the subtraction and the subtract this one. Same can be used for the subtraction, sub and sub immediate. So can be subtracted from the contents of accumulator में जो है उससे हम subtract कर सकता है. Subtract करने के बाद result जो है going to be stored in the accumulator. That is nothing but A. A will be nothing but A minus 5. The result of A minus 5 will be stored as the A. That is nothing but the subtraction. So arithmetic operation related to memory. This is related to the register. Accumulator में direct addition किया है. मगर arithmetic operation can be related to the memory. Memory होने से कैसे होगा? वो ये. Suppose that is nothing but add M. M दिया है content of the M. So content. So suppose if I add M, M means content of M. M में पहले store करना पड़ेगा. मैंने content में एक store किया है number 5. So the 5 will be stored. The 5 is going to be add as a accumulator. Contents to the accumulator. Accumulator के साथ add करेंगे. That is nothing but A plus 5 ऐसा है. Accumulator जो में है वो 5 के साथ, because 5 is nothing but now M is nothing but 5. So A plus 5 will be stored at the accumulator. So memory में number store करते हैं, memory के साथ add कर सकता है कोई. This is nothing but M. A plus M, nothing. A plus M is nothing but A plus 5. because already this number 5 is stored in the M. So whatever the content in M is going to be added at the accumulator. In the same case for the substrate M. So whatever the content will be stored at the M and is going to be added as the substrate from this accumulator, and content will be stored at the accumulator. Again, the increment, for whatever the increment operator memory location content increase or decrease कर सकता है. Increment and given content or memory location in the place. So increment or decrement, I can have the memory location. All of this uses the content of the SLPR to identify memory location. Where this all हमेशा आएगा. So memory location आने से हमेशा SLPR आएगा और accumulator उसका आने से BC और DE पेयर आएगा. So increment and decrement operator. So increment and decrement operator is a 8-bit content of any memory location or any register can be directly incremented or decremented by. No need to disturb content of accumulator. Accumulator में disturb करने का जरूरत नहीं. Memory location में increase और decrease करेगा. Suppose memory location में suppose 1001 it is memory location, तो इस increase करके 1012 करके memory location में जाएगा. Increment और decrement. और decrease करने में इसका corresponding 1000 decrement होने से memory location में ही decrease करेगा. So it does not disturb the accumulator. Accumulator में change नहीं कर. If I increase or decrease, increment only will be performed in the memory location. So accumulator does not come into the picture. So increment and decrement operator will be only for the memory location. So memory location increase करना है या decrease करना है. So it does not disturb the accumulator. So manipulating, how are you going to manipulate the address? So now we have the 16-bit address in a register here. How do we manipulate it? So it is possible to manipulate the 16-bit address stored in a register pair as one entity using some special instruction. क्या है? तो register pair है. Register pair आने से 16-bit आने से ये देखो. Increment पहले क्या है? Increment होने से INR लिखेगा और उसके बाद register एक register होगा. But if I want to manipulate the 16-bit address, this INR X will come into the picture. X can be extended आने से register pair आएगा. So RP means register pair. So I can have a BC pair or DE pair. Decrement or increment I can have. So register pair is incremented or decremented as one entity. No need to worry about the carry from the lower bit to the upper. It is automatically care about. The carry आया नहीं आया will be automatically taken care by the microprocessor. We don't need to worry about that. So we have different types of logical operator. This instruction is performed on the accumulator. That logical operator will be performed at the content of the accumulator. So INAR, NI, this one OR N operator, N immediate or immediate XOR है, ये वाला XOR operator है. XOR at the accumulator, ये आने से accumulator XOR at the immediate instruction. So source is nothing but here is the accumulator. Accumulator is nothing but a 8-bit register, the content of register, and the content of memory location. And destination कैसे हो सकता है? NA memory location हो सकता है. That is the N with accumulator and memory register. Suppose M है, INA M दिया हुआ है. So what the microprocessor will do is the N between the accumulator and the M register. M register में content में जो है वो register है. That means one example बोलो, एक ही होने से सब आ जाएगा. Suppose N में accumulator में एक ही bit है, suppose A present है और M में भी only 1 है. N operator में क्या है? 1 0 होने से 0 है, 0 1 होने से 0 है, 1 1 होने से ही 1 है. सो एन ऑपरेटर हमको निकालना है. सो इधर में लिखा हुआ है कि मैंने इंस्ट्रक्शन ये है, मगर ये वाला ऑलरेडी स्टोर किया है, मैंने लोड किया है. लोड ये वाला वैल्यू इधर में लोड किया है. ये वाला वैल्यू 1, I already load this value at the memory. So if I write this one, INA M, that means I will do n operator between the n operator between A and M. So if I am going to perform the n operator, n means 1 1. My content is 1 here. The content of M is 1 here. So result will be nothing but result में क्या आएगा? 1 will display at the result. So this is the concept of the n operator. So in same case, OR operator will be here, and again both XOR operation I can perform, and at the output end that result can be given. This is for this one, XOR operation. This is OR operation, and so on. So interesting one. This is very much interesting. Complement. So I can have a complement. So complement here, once complement. If I talk about the complement in the I05, once complement of the content of the accumulator. Suppose once complement, what this means? Once complement, this one. Digital electronics में सब सिखाएगा. ये सब फीस है. सब लॉजिक का एंड गेट क्या है, लो गेट क्या है, यूनिवर्सल गेट क्या होता है, वो सब दिखाएगा गेट के बारे में. बट इजी है सब लोग. सो वंस कंप्लीमेंट कैसे निकाला? सपोज मेरा एक्यूमुलेटर में दिस कंप्लीमेंट ऑफ ए CMI नो ऑपरेंड इज नॉट नीडेड, ओनली द कंप्लीमेंट करेगा. सी एक्यूमुलेटर में जो है उसका कंप्लीमेंट करेगा. कंप्लीमेंट क्या करेगा? कंप्लीमेंट, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द कंप्लीमेंट इन द I05, once complement of the content of the accumulator will be performed. तो once complement कैसे निकालेगा? सपोज once complement निकालने के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं? सपोज accumulator में ये वाला कंटेंट है 10110 is present in my accumulator. So once complement of that accumulator means इसका once complement निकालते हैं. So once complement निकालने के लिए 1 जो है 0 करेगा, 0 जो है 1 करेगा, 1 जो है 0 करेगा, 1 जो है 0 करेगा, और 1 जो है 0 तो है 1 करेगा. जस्ट ऑपोजिट. 1 को 0 रिप्लेस करो, 0 को 1. We need to replace ones as 0 and zeros as 1. This is the ones complement. So if I say that जो ये सब मैं डायरेक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन ये वाला देने से whatever the accumulator में जो प्रेजेंट है, जो भी डाटा प्रेजेंट, उसका वंस कंप्लीमेंट करके निकाले. CMA ऑपरेंड देने का एड्रेस देने का कुछ जरूरत नहीं. इसको इम्प्लिसिट बोलते हैं. इम्प्लिसिट विदाउट ऑपरेंड I can keep the command. This complement operator. So once complement है तो ये वाला डिजिटल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में भी पड़ेगा. उसके बाद 2 complements निकालने के लिए क्या है? नथिंग है. Only one is going to be n. 1 0 1 0 0 1 0. This is nothing but 2's complement. इसका 2's complement, एस का 2 complement. वंस कंप्लीमेंट में करके 1 ऐड करेगा तो उसका 2's complement होता है. अगर लॉजिक ऑपरेशन में कंप्लीमेंट जब होता है, ओनली द वंस कंप्लीमेंट हैज टू बी परफॉर्म, नॉट द 2 कंप्लीमेंट. तो 2 कंप्लीमेंट निकालने के लिए आप लोग डिजिटल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में पढ़ेगा. तो 2's complement नथिंग. वंस कंप्लीमेंट निकालने के बाद 1 ऐड करेगा, उसका रिजल्ट जो है करेस्पॉन्डिंग रिजल्ट जो है उसको इसका 2's complement. ठीक है? हेलो, हाउ टू कंपाइल करने का वो इंस्ट्रक्शन पूरा लिखने के बाद ही कंपाइल करेगा. ठीक है? कंपाइल तो बाद में करेगा, इंस्ट्रक्शन पहले सुनो. कंपाइल करके सिमुलेटर में ही दिखाएगा जब ये वाला करेगा. आप सी प्रोग्रामिंग में क्या लिखते हैं? हाउ यू गोइंग टू एग्जीक्यूट योर सी प्रोग्रामिंग? स्टेप बाय स्टेप इंस्ट्रक्शन. ओनली वन स्टेप प्रिंट, ओनली वन a plus b, a equal to ऐसा करके एग्जीक्यूट होता है क्या? A equal to A plus B semicolon without writing anything. Without writing anything, this will execute or not? Execute तो नहीं करेगा ना. तो A का वैल्यू स्टोर करने A equal to 10 स्टोर करना पड़ेगा. B equal to 5 स्टोर करना पड़ेगा. उसके बाद उसके एडिशन निकालेंगे. उसके बाद प्रिंट एफ करके वो उसके करेस्पोंडिंग सिंटेक्स में निकालना पड़ेगा. सेम फॉर द कंप्लीशन ऑफ दिस कोड. उसके भी स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसीजर है. तो लोड करना है तो लोड करने के बाद आपको दिखाना पड़ेगा. उसको स्टोर करके दिखाना पड़ेगा. वो बाद में असेंबली लैंग्वेज प्रोग्रामिंग जब करेगा उसमें पता चलेगा. बट यू नीड टू इंस्ट्रक्शन पहले जो आपका एबीसी पढ़ना पड़ेगा ना. एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज समझने के बाद आपको एबीसी पर उसका लैंग्वेज सीखना पड़ेगा. दिस इज नथिंग बट इंस्ट्रक्शन सेट इज नथिंग बट योर अल्फाबेट ऑफ योर असेंबली लैंग्वेज प्रोग्रामिंग. यू नीड टू नो द अल्फाबेट, हाउ टू अल्फाबेट से वर्ड कैसे आना है वो सब देखना है. इंस्ट्रक्शन कैसे परफॉर्म करना है. This is a logical operator. Logic operator of complement. So we have an additional logic operator called as the load instruction. Rotate. This is going to be rotate the content of accumulator 1% to there. So suppose 8 bit है. Suppose 1 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1. This is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So rotate operator. This one ऑपरेट में क्या करेगा? This rotate में क्या करेगा? Rotate will RLC with carry. Rotate with carry. RLC means rotate करो with carry. So RLC होने से क्या है? Rotate the accumulator. So this is going to be stored at the accumulator में ये store किया है. All this information has been stored in this accumulator. So if I write in next instruction में RLC डायरेक्ट यही लिखते हैं, बाकी कुछ नहीं लिखते हैं, तो कौन सा इंफॉर्मेशन आएगा? तो 7 बिट जो है ना वो इधर में आ जाएगा. अभी क्या है? इंस्ट्रक्शन जो है 7 बिट के जो है ये इंस्ट्रक्शन ऐसा ये इसको ऐसा आएगा 0 ऐसा करके वो शिफ्ट करेगा. 7 is going to shift it to the 0 position. So 0 position will be shifted to 1 position. 1 position will be shifted to 2 positions. 2 position will be shifted to 3 position and so. ऐसा करके हम आएगा with the carry flag. And if I have a carry generate होता है तो उसके साथ end करेगा. And again, the RLCL means rotate the accumulator left. This is with left through the carry. Again, rotate the accumulator left through the carry. Carry के साथ आएगा. ये carry के साथ move करेगा. So diagram है उसमें समझ आएगा. And if I know this one, rotate left. Rotate the accumulator left, then just opposite to the RLC is there, is going to rotate the accumulator right. And again, if I know the RLC, I have the RAR is nothing but rotate the accumulator right through the carry. So through the carry or without the carry, and the carry का meaning क्या है? N के साथ move करेगा, एक तो RL के साथ. तो ये इस डायग्राम में पता चलेगा. So RLC में क्या करेगा? So this content is going to move to the 0 location, and again carry के साथ move करेगा. Carry के साथ जाएगा. n होगा. n करके जाएगा. But in case of the this one, we going to move to directly from this location to the carry. Carry के साथ कैरी के साथ 1 है तो 1 पहले इधर में चला जाएगा, और जहां में ये नंबर है वो सपोज इसमें जो 0 है, 0 इधर आएगा, और 1 जो है इधर में शिफ्ट करके आएगा, डायरेक्ट ऐसे बुक करेगा RLC RAL में ऐसा आएगा, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द RLA एंड द RLC। इसमें डायरेक्ट पहले क्या है, इसमें जो इसका वैल्यू जो है इधर में इफ कैरी है उसके साथ एंड करेगा, इसमें कैरी है, सपोज कैरी है तो उसके साथ एंड करेगा, सपोज इसमें 1 है तो 1 आएगा इधर, सपोज ये वाला एक्यूमुलेटर में एक कैरी जनरेट किया है, कैरी फ्लैग है, कैरी फ्लैग हम लोग एक फ्लैग बहुत we have studied the different types of flag, सपोज कैरी फ्लैग जनरेट किया है तो कैरी के साथ कैरी के 1 है तो 1 के साथ वो वाला ऐड करके जो रिजल्ट है इधर में आए वही। बट इन दिस केस कैरी विल बी व्हाटएवर कैरी कंटेंट जो है ना इधर आ जाए, कैरी जो है इधर आएगा। So another is the compare operator, compare contents of a register and memory within the content of the register. So compare क्या करेगा, so I can compare the contents of the register or memory with the content of accumulator के साथ। Suppose if I say the CMP means I need to compare the content of the memory location to the content of the A, content of A के साथ compare करेगा। So one result memory में A में ये प्रेजेंट है, सपोज accumulator में ये वाला कंटेंट डाटा कंटेंट है, एंड अगेन मेमोरी में भी ये वाला कंटेंट सेम कंटेंट है। सपोज आई एम टेकिंग वन एग्जांपल, सो इफ आई वांट टू कंपेयर दिस वन 101 सो आंसर इज सेम, तो आंसर इज सेम तो क्या करेगा, 0 फ्लैग, आंसर क्या है सेम आएगा तो कंपेयर करेगा तो 0 फ्लैग आ जाएगा, बिकॉज द आंसर इज सेम। इसके साथ इसका कंपेयर कर सेम आया तो 0 फ्लैग विल बी एक्टिवेटेड। अगेन इसके साथ और इसके साथ कोई सा भी कंपेयर करेगा, और सपोज ये नंबर ये एक नंबर है 1 है, ये 2 है, सपोज 1 है और ये 2 है, सपोज एक नंबर है तो ये वाला सबसे ज्यादा है, 1 से 2 ऐड करने की कोशिश किया आपने। सो इन दैट केस कंपेयर जब कंपेयर करेगा ए एंड कंपेयर करेगा, ये कैरी फ्लैग विल बी जनरेटेड बिकॉज द 2 इज बिगर देन द 1, सो कैरी फ्लैग विल बी जनरेटेड। Again the sign whether it has plus s minus minus है तो sign flag generate करेगा, whether the result is the negative symbol or positive symbol, negative है तो positive है तो 1, this one negative है तो this one 0 and 1 वैसा करके generate करेगा। So whatever the content of the memory or register has to be compared with my accumulator. Whatever the content in the accumulator has to be compared with the content of the register of the this one register or content of in the memory. So if I talk about the branch operator, we have the 2 branch operator. One is the unconditional branch, conditional branch. So unconditional branch means without any condition में जो भी इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया होगा वो वाला पास करेगा, एंड कंडीशनल ब्रांच सम कंडीशन के हिसाब से वो जंप करेगा। सो ब्रांच ऑपरेटर, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द ब्रांच ऑपरेटर, सपोज दिस इज माय मेमोरी लोकेशन 101, this is 102, 103, 104, ये सेट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया है, बहुत सारा मेरा इंस्ट्रक्शन है। सपोज दिस इज 109, सीक्वेंशियली एग्जीक्यूट होता है, कंपाइल भी सीक्वेंशियल होता है, सेम एज द सी प्रोग्रामिंग। सो ब्रांच ऑपरेटर का जरूर कैसे है कि सपोज I am executing my program sequentially or compiling my program sequentially, but I don't want to execute this 105 location. 105 location में जाने का मेरे को जरूरत नहीं है. Without going this 105, I need one instruction in this 10 location to perform first. So I need to go into this one. Then again, I need to return back to this one. This is the beauty of the branch operator. ये क्या होता है? C प्रोग्रामिंग में होता है ना? We have different branch operator. क्या क्या है? Conditional and unconditional. Give one example of this. Hello? Give one example of conditional and non-conditional operator. Unconditional operator, branch operator in C. सेम ये C में भी है ये वाला कंसेप्ट. ओके, if else is conditional or unconditional. Yeah, conditional, correct. Because the whatever the condition of if is there, if के साथ एक कंडीशन दिया हुआ वो ट्रू होगा तो if के अंदर में जो है वो एग्जीक्यूट करेगा. And again the this one unconditional एक स्टेटमेंट है. C प्रोग्रामिंग है one of the we ज़्यादा तो यूज नहीं करते हैं, but we sometimes used to use that unconditional operator in C also. Any idea? Unconditional operator in C. Break. Okay. Break is also one. And again, one statement. दो condition दिया होगा. Go to is correct one. Because whatever the continue भी है, मगर go to statement बोलने से go to statement. So go to में क्या होता है? I'm going to give a location, particular location में जाने के लिए बोल रहा है. तो you will not see the whatever the instruction is here on in the corresponding remaining part of instruction देखेगा नहीं. जो भी मिलेगा वो उधर में जाएगा without looking any condition. But in the condition, I need to check the condition. So we have two types of here. One is the unconditional and another one is the conditional. So in same case, in the assembly language programming of the 805, we have two conditions. One is the unconditional. It will go to the new location. Either आएगा without no matter what the condition is there. No matter what means whatever the instruction is there, I will not go to this one. Whatever the instruction given into the दिया है कि 109 में move करो जाओ तो वो जाएगा without looking any condition. So, but in case of the conditional branch, I need to go to a new location in the condition is so. If I say that unconditional branch operator, we have the jump address. This is similar to the go to statement. तो go to statement में भी एक लोकेशन देगा. Go to A एक जगह में हम लोग C प्रोग्रामिंग में लिखते हैं. एक ही लाइन में वो लिखता है. उसके बाद A कोलन करके लिखते हैं. वो एक कोलन जो कहाँ में जाना है उधर में हम लोग लिखते हैं. उसके बाद डायरेक्टली we jump to that particular statement is same to the jump statement. Jump statement में एक एड्रेस दिया है. Suppose एक एड्रेस है. जंप स्टेटमेंट में भी सपोज 103 इधर है. ऐसा आएगा बहुत सारा आएगा. So 109 इधर में है. 109 is the location of this one. So jump address so 109 has to be given. So मैं इधर में ये 109 लोकेशन में ये टाइप लिखते हैं कि JMP ये लोकेशन 109 ये लिखते हैं. ये एड्रेस लिखते हैं तो ये will directly jump to the particular this location. So it is just like the go to statement at the this one. C program. Without looking any condition, you will directly go to the particular address. So another is the jump to the address specified but treat address subroutine. Call में क्या है? Jump to address specified but jump करेगा particular location में jump करेगा but treat as a subroutine. Subroutine है होने से वो routine खत्म करने के बाद फिर से ऊपर आएगा. इसका मीनिंग है कि सपोज अभी क्या हुआ था 103 ऐसा आया तो जंप होने से 109 में डायरेक्ट चला जाएगा. अगर कॉल होने से क्या करेगा? सपोज इफ आई वांट टू गो अगेन 105, मेरे को क्या चाहिए? 103 से 109 चाहिए. तो आई कैन हैव दिस कॉल इधर में कॉल 109 करना है. कॉल 109 करना है. तो 109 करने से if I write this in there, call 109, you will go directly to this location. Then after that, if I want to execute again the 104, next task is nothing but 104. फिर से execute करने शुरू कर. But if I use a jump operator, 103 से डायरेक्ट 109 जाएगा, 104 वापस नहीं आएगा. So सबरूटीन को करने के लिए ये 103 से 109 गया, 109 से 104 फिर से जाने के लिए ये वाला जब कॉल एड्रेस हम लोग यूज कर सकते हैं. We can use this one. And again, it's also a return. Home returning है सबरूटीन. तो अभी जो है रिटर्न करने के पार्टिकुलर लोकेशन में रिटर्न करना है तो पार्टिकुलर रिटर्न का एड्रेस दे सकता है. तो कहाँ में आपको रिटर्न बैक करना है तो आई कैन यूज दिस वन. तो एड्रेस सप्लाई टू ऑल द ब्रांच ऑपरेशन मस्ट बी 16 बिट होना चाहिए. एंड द कंडीशनल ब्रांच it is the jump address, jump on 0. If the condition is 0, if the carry 0 flag is set. So only if the jump Z will be executed only when the 0 flag is set. So in same way, Z means jump on not 0 if the 0 flag is not set. 1 है या 0, 1 है तो जंप होगा, 1 नहीं है तो ये वाला सेट आएगा. ऐसा करके बहुत सारे जंप ऑपरेटर है. जंप ऑन कैरी, जंप ऑन नॉट कैरी, if the not carry operator is not set, and this one is called JP sign flag, and this one is called the JP jump on minus if this sign flag is set. So in this way we have different types of conditional branches. To check this condition, whether this flag is 0 or not, carry flag is 0 or not, sign flag is 0 or not, I need to say. Only it is set, then the condition that will be executed. Condition set नहीं है तो वो नहीं जाएगा. Need to check the condition whether it is set or not. That flag is set or not. I need to say that condition has to be set. So machine control में क्या है? Hold it is to stop the execution of program. So I need to have, if I write in some instruction 1, 2, 3, 4, instruction 5 में hold लिखा हुआ है तो if I write the whole statement in the particular instruction, then remaining instruction will not be executed. Hold elimination. Suppose 8B ऐसे लिखा है, 8 उसको बहुत सारा statement लिखा है, डायरेक्ट मैंने all लिखा है, इधर में SLT लिखा है. Even if some instruction is performing here also, if I write here SLT, then you will stop executing your program. Remaining वाला हम execute नहीं करें. And again the no operation. This is no operation. Suppose in particular location, if I don't want a particular instruction execute करने का मन नहीं है. Suppose if I don't want to execute a particular instruction, then I can use this no operation at that particular location. उसमें लिखता है कि no operation करें. exactly as do nothing. Usually use put delay or replace in doing the debugging, because this is used for the debugging. कहाँ तक यहाँ में स्टॉप नहीं करने से क्या होगा, ये वाला एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, यहाँ में एग्जीक्यूट यहाँ तक ठीक है, तो यहाँ में फिर से एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, यहाँ में बंद करेगा, तो यहाँ पर ठीक है क्या देखना है. So this is nothing but debugging your C programming में भी हम लोग debugging करते हैं ना. Have you ever done the debugging in C programming? Debugging किया है? Anybody do the have anybody done the debugging? Suppose एक C program दिया है, GDB ये debugger है, तो GDB यानी debugger है, that is used for the code आपको जो है GDB code block भी use करता है, तो debugger है. तो debugger use करने के लिए हम लोग क्या है, break statement use करता है क्या, wash करता है, वेरिएबल वॉश करता है, वेरिएबल वॉश करके हम लोग देखते हैं कि वेरिएबल में चेंज हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है, पर्टिकुलर वेरिएबल में गलत से चेंज हो रहा है कि आई कैन से दैट पर्टिकुलर लाइन एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन some error is there, so I can modify in that particular time. So the beauty of the debugger is this one, at a particular location, by using different this one break command भी use करता है कि वॉश कमांड भी है, ब्रेक करके हम लोग कर रहे हैं, यहाँ से एग्जीक्यूट करो, पर्टिकुलर स्टार्ट कहाँ से करना है, स्टार्ट कहाँ में खत्म करना है, वो सब हम लोग सेट कर सकते हैं. तो पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन में ही हम लोग एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, रिमेनिंग नहीं करेगा. तो रिमेनिंग होने से सपोज 1000 लाइंस कोड है आपका, बहुत सारा कंपनी के एक आपको प्रोजेक्ट करना है, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू दिस वन debug whole the statement. तो आप पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन जाके जहां में गलती है वो चेक कर सकता है. तो this is the concept of the debugger. So if I use this no operation, then I can execute up to this one. सीधा no p दोने से execute नहीं करेगा. So यहाँ तक ठीक है क्या देखना है, यहाँ तक इसको भी no p को निकालना है, इसके बाद इधर में no p को इधर में डालना है, तो इधर से इधर में execute करके ठीक तरह से हो रहा है क्या देखना है, ऐसा करके हम लोग debugging कर सकते हैं. So beauty of the debugging is one. So I don't need to execute whole the program. Whole the program करने के लिए टाइम भी लगे, complexity ज़्यादा है, कहाँ में गलती हुआ है वो पता नहीं चलेगा. So this is the beauty of the debugger. So we have the machine control. NOP is used for the debugging. So operand type. So operand type will be having an implied operand. Implied operand means, suppose if I have a CMA, this is the complement of the, we have studied this one, complement of the accumulator. Whatever the contents of the accumulator, I need to find the ones complement of the accumulator. So here, I don't need to give the operand. Operand देने की जरूरत नहीं है. That's why it is called the implied operand. And again, if I have given directly the 8-bit number, this is directly the 8-bit number for FAs, and it is given at the this one accumulator A. So this is called the immediate data, immediate operand we can say. Again, if I write this one B sub A B, that means the content of the B is subtracted for the content of the A minus B. Sub B meaning A minus B है. So register I can give. This is called the operand type, register operand. Again, 16-bit address I can give. 16-bit address होने के लिए. So load accumulator. तो accumulator में ये वाला portion जो directly जाएगा. 400 will be stored at the accumulator. So we have this one instruction size. Depending upon the operand type, the instruction may have different sizes. It will occupy a different number of memory bytes. So depending upon the operand type, the instruction may be having a different size. We need, again, one example is there. I will show how Depending upon the operand type, I can have different sizes of the instruction. It occupy a different number of memory bytes. So with different sizes है तो different number of bytes I can have. I 1 byte instruction हो सकता है, 2 byte instruction हो सकता है, 3 byte instruction हो सकता है. So all the instruction can occupy 1 byte only. Exception is only instruction that contains the immediate data and memory address. If I have a immediate data or memory address, there will be 16-bit address. You're going to see this one. So 8-bit address के लिए immediate होगा. If I have a immediate data, that is, this is nothing but a 8-bit data. 32 is stored in the accumulator. A में store करना है, and it is called the immediate one. Immediate, this number is going to be stored at the accumulator, MBIA. So here, the fast code, MBIA. देखो, आपसे ये वाला जो है, this is not the mnemonics. This is nothing but my mnemonics. Mnemonics ये वाला mnemonics है, M ही लिखेगा. So this is mnemonics. अगर हम लोग बाहर करता है तो ये लिखना पड़ेगा. MBI A के लिए 3E लिखना पड़ेगा, MBI के लिए ये बाहर करना पड़ेगा. So this is MBI A, and this is going to be stored at the fast byte. And again this, and again 32 is this one, and this is going to be stored at the second byte. So remembering of this number is very much difficult. MBI remember ये number remembering नहीं difficult task है. So we use the mnemonics MBIA. So immediate data यानी immediately 32 is going to be stored in the accumulator. That's all. But in case of the instruction with a memory होने से ये मेरा memory है. Jump to this particular location. 2085 में जाना है. पहले क्या था, 101 में हो सकता है, 101, 110 में 11 हो सकता है. तो ये टैग लिखने से ये वाला particular location में चला जाएगा. 2085 में डायरेक्ट चला जाएगा. कैसे जाएगा? Fast is my jump. जंप का ऑकोस ये है. जंप का ये हेक्सा इन फॉर्म ऑफ हेक्साडेसिमल और इन फॉर्म ऑफ बाइनरी कोड में ये है. दिस इज इन फॉर्म ऑफ हेक्सा, this is in form of a array, and will be stored in a fast byte. And again we have this 2085. 2085 is nothing but a this is hexadecimal. So fast 20 is the higher order. This is a higher order, and this is lower order. So why second byte is containing the 85? 20 है तो 20 आना चाहिए ना. 85 है तो 85 पहले, 20 है तो 20 पहले इधर आना चाहिए, but 85 इधर पहले आया. क्यों? Why 85 comes first in the second byte? Why? Anybody? Why this 85? Why it is 85 come first? लेक्चर मैंने बोल दिया है, आंसर तो मैंने बोल दिया है पहले लेक्चर में. In middle of the lecture, I have already told this answer. Anybody have idea? Why this 85? Why this 85 come into first? 85 पहले क्यों आया? 20 है तो 20 पहले आना चाहिए ना. सेकेंड बाइट में 20 आना चाहिए, अगर सेकेंड बाइट में 85 आया. Anybody? Yes or no? No है तो no बोलो, आंसर बताता हूँ. हेलो हेलो. No. So look here. So jump operator में क्या है? जंप ऑपरेटर में क्या करेगा? आपको एड्रेस फर्स्ट बाइट सेकेंड बाइट ऐसा है. सो ये वाला पार्टिकुलर लोकेशन में जाएगा. तो दिस इज फर्स्ट बाइट 33. ये वाला लोकेशन, सपोज लोकेशन नंबर 101 है. पहले ये था, इससे एक लोकेशन में चला गया. सपोज 101113 में चला गया. सो दिस 20 is having a higher order. ये पहले वाला मैं क्या बोला था? हायर ऑर्डर एड्रेस है, लोअर ऑर्डर एड्रेस है. और लोअर ऑर्डर एड्रेस ऐसा है कि मेमोरी लोकेशन इज इन कंटिन्यूस 103 है, 104 ऐसा होगा. 101 11 12 101 से जंप करके 103 आया, ऐसा जंप हुआ तो मैं इधर में जंप किया. सो दिस इज द हायर ऑर्डर बिट. I am going to store 20 and 85 in this particular location. This 1031 104. So which is the higher order address? Higher order address is 20 here. So 20 will be stored here. 104 में 1040 में 20 store करेगा. And this is the lower order address. So lower order address is nothing but this location, 103 13 location. So 85 is going to be stored in this one. That's why 85 comes first, because it is a lower order. Lower order will come into first because this higher order will store in a higher address. Higher address में store करेगा. This address and this address, this has higher address. Address जो है higher होगा. So higher orders ये higher order address वाला higher order address में 1014 में store करेगा. That's why this come later and 85 is being the lower order address will store in the lower order address. Okay, understood? Simply idea is higher order address. No. Uday sir, Raj, don't understand. No one? No. One 1014. Memory. I'm talking about the memory address. Look here. This one, suppose this is a particular location. This is particular location. This is from this location to this location. I'm going to jump. This one. And this one. And this is nothing but this is a higher order address. And this remaining 85 is also called as a lower order address. So this first byte is nothing but C. This is nothing but for the jump. And this is operand is 805. So operand, first operand के address जो है, this is suppose this is this memory location. This is memory location. Suppose memory location इसमें 100 से है, 100 से 10, 100 से 109, 109 10 ऐसा है. तो मेमोरी लोकेशन बोलने से तो इट इज इन ए sequential manner. Continuous location होता है ना. Whatever the memory location is there, memory location it is in a continuous location. So continuous location होने के कारण क्या होगा? So lower जो higher order है, suppose this location can only this particular location that can only one byte information hold कर सकता है. This 100 this memory location can hold only this one byte of information. This one, so जो 101 है, 1 byte of information can only hold, and so on for the 108. So 109 में वो jump कर दिया. So 109 में 1 byte of memory I can hold, and again 110 में भी 1 byte of memory I can only hold. So if I have a 2 byte of memory, 20 स्टोर करने के एक 1 byte यूज करेगा, L स्टोर करने के लिए 85 स्टोर करने के लिए 1 byte यूज करेगा. So my question is whether this particular location 109 10 में कौन सा 20 पहले आएगा क्या 85 पहले आएगा. So if this 20 is the higher order address, this 20 is the higher order address, so 20 will come later. 110 में 20 स्टोर करेगा और 85 में 109 स्टोर करेगा. 85 will store in the this one and this, because ये memory location as compared to 110 has higher memory address. Memory address ज़्यादा है ना, 109 से 101 वाला memory address ज़्यादा है. तो सीक्वेंसी में जो ज़्यादा है उसमें higher order address वो store करेगा, वो assembly that में. So sequential manner में जो store करेगा सबसे ज़्यादा वाला में 20 will store here, and again 85 will be stored in the this one lower this memory location, the lower memory location. So here lower memory location will be 85 here. So higher order will be stored in the higher order address memory location, higher order memory location. ठीक है, Udesha, you got your answer. So this is your jump operator. So in this jump operator, so here 3 byte of instruction is needed, and again here 2 byte of information is needed. Okay, here for this MBI A32, 2 byte of information has to be needed. 1 byte for this one, another byte for 32. For representation of MBI A, 1 byte is essential, and for storing 34, another byte is essential. But for the jump operator for JMP, 1 byte is needed. For 20 to 20, another byte is needed, and for 85, another byte. This is called a 3 byte instruction. So we have studied this one also. We have different types of addressing mode. In addressing mode, we have 4 types of addressing mode. One is the implied. Implied means I don't need the operand. Simply, I can give CMA, that is the complement of the accumulator. Without any operand is there, it is called the implied. And in the immediate one, direct hexadecimal number has to be directly loaded to the corresponding register. Direct hexadecimal number is going to be directly loaded or copied into the particular register. That's why it's called an immediate register. And again, in the direct one, whatever the information that is this hexadecimal location, 400 location जहाँ में ये है वो accumulator में store करेगा. This is called a direct decimal. And in form of indirect ones, whatever the contents of B के address देगा. B के address में जो भी data present है वो accumulator में store करेगा. Whatever the content of this B, or that is B is nothing but here BC, because it is the extended version. So load accumulator extended. So if extended come into the picture, then BC pair will come into the picture. Register pair आएगा. तो B बोलने से BC pair है. And again, जो भी BC pair का जो भी address है, उसका address का content जो है ना accumulator में store करेगा. So this is basically just like a pointer. Pointer होने से just pointer in the pointer of C, we use the pointer is used to denote the address of a particular address में जाके address में जो भी data present है वो accumulator में store करें. Just like the pointer. If I use just like a pointer, can use by using the indirect addressing mode, because the content of the content or the address, I'm going to go to the address of BC. So again, I'm going to go to the address of BC and go to address of BC में जाएगा. Address of BC में जो भी content है वो store करेगा accumulator में. So that's why it is called a indirect addressing mode. So we have the different types of data format. I always say that you just know what is meant by ASCII code of the system, BCD code, signed integer, unsigned integer, all those things you need to know. And you know this one, ASCII one, but BCD is new one, binary coded decimal. So binary coded decimal, that means, suppose (2,4) हेक्साडेसिमल में 24, so 24 को हम लोग हेक्साडेसिमल में कन्वर्ट करते हैं. तो 2 and 4, 2 को हम लोग ये लिख सकते हैं कि 10 0 0 0 1 1 1 0. ठीक है, से 1 0 है. नहीं दे 1 0, 2 यानी 1 0 है, 4 होने से 1 0 0. ठीक है. So this is a binary one, this is a digital. My digital one, this one 2 and 4 can be represented using a hexadecimal में ये ऐसा आएगा. But for the BCD binary coded decimal, there will be I, इसको I 4 करके combine करेगा. So 4 करके combine कैसे करेगा? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 है. So just add 2 0 2 0 0 1 0 1 1 0. ये same number है जो just add 2 0. Yeah, so this is nothing but just, this is also 2 and this is also 4, and this is also same to a hexadecimal. Hexadecimal में ये वाला binary coded decimal में ये वाला ऐसा है. So just combining to the BCD में क्या होगा? I होगा ये वाला, जिससे portion 8 होगा. So we can have a BCD form, in form of BCD, in form of the ASCII code, so on. So we can have signed integer, unsigned integer, signed this one, plus minus, unsigned this one, without any plus minus, simple integer can be. Sign में क्या है? Plus minus हो सकता है, unsigned में plus minus नहीं होगा. वैसा करके representation कर सकता है. So it is important to recognize the microprocessor deals with 0 and 1. So here, so assume the accumulator contains this information 1 0 0 1 0 0 1. So if I try to this one represent this one, this is binary number. You want to represent this number. This is nothing but 1 0 1 0 0. This is nothing but a 6. ये 6 है. ये वाला equivalent ये सब निकाल के देखो, ये 65 आएगा. Just इसको ये वाला इससे में कन्वर्ट करो तो 65 आएगा. तो सिंपल है. 2 to the power 0 है, 2 to the power 1 है, 2 to the power ये है, तो ऐसा करके आएगा. वो 1 है तो वो वाला 1 आएगा. 2 to the power 4 ये 64 है. 64 ये 64 ऐसा आएगा. 64 plus 1 is nothing but 1. 65 है. तो 64 plus 1 is 1. ये पता है?
Yes sir.
See, 1 is nothing but कैसा है? 1 कैसा है? 2 to the power 0 है. Next bit क्या है? 2 to the power 1 है. Next क्या है? 2 to the power 2 है. Next क्या है? 2 to the power 3 है. तो बाइनरी को ये वाला डिजिटल में कन्वर्ट करें. तो इधर में क्या है? 2 to the power कितना आएगा?
1 2 3 4 5 6
to the power 6. To the power 6 तो 64 होगा. 64 plus 1 is 65. So बाइनरी को डिजिटल में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए वैसा यूज करें. तो BCD में होने से BCD में क्या बोल रहे हैं, जस्ट कंबाइन इन 4 टर्म, ये 4 है, ये 4 है, तो BCD में होने से 41 है, ये इसमें होने से 1 है, और SK में होने से ये 65 number in SK code is nothing but a. So it's not it is a कैसे रिप्रेजेंटेशन करें, ये 65 हो सकता है, 41 इन BCD और SK में A हो सकता है, ऐसे रिप्रेजेंटेशन कर सकते हैं. और अदर देन it is a string of 0 1. I can say that this is a string of zeros and 1, and in the 6 and at the 6th location में 1 है और 0 location में 1 है, ऐसा करके मैं रिप्रेजेंटेशन कर सकता हूँ. So this is another way of representation of this data. This data can be represented as a decimal, as a BCD, as a SKey, as a string of 0 and 1, and in 0 location 1 is there, and in the 1 location is there is 1. Okay, that's the end of this one, the lecture. So yes, ये आता है sir. Explain the BCD conversion again. The BCD is simple one. Suppose this just count the number of zeros and 1. Suppose binary number दिया हुआ है, एक binary number दिया हुआ है, 0 1 0 1 0, just count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 है तो 8 करने का जरूरत नहीं. अगर 7 ही है, आगे डिजिट में 0 ऐड करो, ठीक है. सो ये वाला जस्ट डिवाइड योर 8 बिट का जो डाटा है 4 में डिवाइड करो. 4 डिवाइड करने के बाद ये नंबर जो है ना, ये नंबर है, उसको डिजिट में कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिश करो. ये नथिंग बट 4 2 to the power 0 है, 2 to the power 1 है, 2 to the power 2, ये यानी 4 है, 2 to the power 4 यानी 4 है ना. ये अगेन ये मींस 2 to the power 0 है, 2 to the power 0 है तो 1 है, तो it is nothing but 41. So this can be represented as 4 and this can be represented as 1. So this binary number can be represented as 41. Again एक एग्जांपल देखते हैं. 1 1 0 0 1 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So only the 7 digit is there. Only the 7 digit is understood. Return. So tell me the answer. This one 0 0 1 1 0 0 0. So just count the number of zeros and 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So I need 8 digit. So just put 0 at the beginning.
33.
So just divide this one in 4 unit. So this number is nothing but what?
33.
And this number is nothing but what? Kinaya? 3 3. Okay. This is the basic conversion of the BCD. You need to know the different conversion for hexadecimal to binary 1, binary 2 to hexadecimal. एग्जाम में पूछता ही है, ये माइक्रो प्रोसेसर में नहीं आएगा, पर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में पूछता है. ये कंवर्जन BCD में BCD से बाइनरी कोडेड डेसिमल से हेक्साडेसिमल को बाइनरी कोडेड डेसिमल, ये सब कंवर्जन आता है, ठीक है. So in next class we are going to study this one, control, different types of control signal, and about the timing signal also. Then after that we are going to study the this one, assembly language program, some basic programming we need to know. Okay, so today is the 31. Just wait for another 1 minute. Let me take your attendance once again.